guys. I'm Henry Hart. With me always is the punk rock brother man, Mr. Johnny Norris.
Thanks, Henry. We would like to welcome you all to the Inertia Entertainment Channel. We have a really good show lined up for you tonight, so buckle up and enjoy the ride.
All right, guys. Tonight's guest, we'd like to welcome Bean to the show. How are you doing, Bean?
Hey, Bean, how are you?
Good. Good. How are you guys?
Doing
Oh,
good. Well, welcome
doing
to
real
the
good.
show.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Anytime. So we usually start this show out with the same question for everybody. Uh, who are some of your biggest influences?
uh, well, I mean, that's clustered into like a big group here, but I mean, my dad was a musician when I was young and growing up, so I had a lot of different influences. So for me, I don't know, I was kind of into like some hardcore music when I was young, so I was really into Terror and like Shy Shalud and stuff like that. Um, but I would say my biggest influences like that I found later on was kind of like MDC. I was a big fan of Millions of Dead Cops, now more than ever, which has John Wayne is was a Nazi on that album. They're like I love that band. Like I've seen them with GBH, I've seen them with Submachine. Um, they're just fucking great. I love MDC, and I really like you know Dead Kennedys. Their album Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables was like one of the first albums I really, really got into, amongst all their other ones. But they were a huge influence for me growing up. Um, and so, like, kind of in the midst of that, like, my dad got me into like MC5, Kick Out the Jams, Led Zeppelin. I listened to a lot of the obscure 70s stuff. Black Sabbath, of course, Meatloaf, um, Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's kind of weird because my mom like really liked country, so I got all that like old country type stuff that I was into, kind of like Johnny Cash or Mississippi John Hurt, or just really obscure, weird stuff growing up. Like my dad was into the heavy metal stuff too, so that later changed on in life. But I grew up also on like DOA, so I'm a huge fan of them. I've seen them live, and of course, when I saw them live in Pittsburgh, I got this signed by, Joey, and it's fucking amazing. Like the whole thing. He's really cool, and I don't know. It just keeps going and going. I mean, I listen to Pink Floyd and Rush, and obviously, I'm more of a fan of Pink Floyd than I am Rush. No offense to Geddy Lee or anything, but his bass playing is great. But I'm also a huge fan of like uh Conflict. So this one's really great. It's like one of their standard issues between 82 and 87. Big fan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's very fun. Very fun. The Ungovernable Force. Um, and big into like Discharge too from the 80s. I know a lot of people make fun of Discharge, but I'm one of those people that listen to Discharge. This is my favorite album, and why. Yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, that's a DB UK 82 hardcore punk classic. $12.
Wow.
um yeah, and then of course the UK Subhumans, one of my other favorite bands. I got to talk to Dick for like 20 minutes one time at a show. And he gave me this big old British kiss. I think he meant to kiss my cheek, but I turned my head at the wrong time, and then he smooched me. But I got this on our like first tour with the UK Subhumans.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Or the Karen's first tour, I meant to say. Um, Big fan of the Dickies. Obviously, I've seen them live with GBH and TSOL. No, I don't think it was TSOL. It was like, no, it was TSOL, Total Chaos, the Dickies, and oh my goodness, Black Flag. Black Flag.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that had Mike in it, Mike on vocals.
Mm.
But I'm not a huge fan of that because it's also changed a lot too. So I like the old stuff. And then Dead Boys, I'm super geeky about, of course. And, this is their Return of the Living Dead Boys, Halloween Night 1986. I think I should have been raised during the 80s, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, you have like a throwback music taste here. Yeah, it's definitely you know I'm waiting for the Plasmatics next to come out. I just saw uh, speaking about that, there was a whole thing just popped up randomly, I think on YouTube or whatever. They had all these
Mm.
different clips of the Plasmatics from CBGBs and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, just
I
some
would have given
old
everything
schools.
to meet her. Wendy, was it Wendy, right?
Yeah,
Or was it?
Wendy O. Williams,
man,
yeah,
Yeah.
Wendy
yeah,
Williams, man,
she was a force, boy. I tell you what, oh
force to be
man.
reckoned with, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah, she was definitely something else to see. I personally, I wish I would have been able to see her live. I just never did. Because if that was
I mean,
late,
she did her own stunts too, which is really fucking cool.
yeah, she did. She didn't play. She was on that stage.
She's the real deal.
Yeah, oh yeah,
She
she'll
she
tear
was the
your head
real
off.
deal.
Keep singing. Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
tell
Um,
you
she's.
one thing that amazed me about Wendell Williams and the Plasmatics is that anytime you took a a band like that was so real and had a very strong front woman and would play like New York, in the gritty scene and everything, to come up and then make an appearance, start making appearances on TV shows and come out on Solid Gold.
mhm.
That speaks volumes of
Yeah,
how
yeah,
something like that could go to. It wasn't like they went to it. It's more like the mainstream came to them. Like, I don't know if the mainstream was expecting to see a freak show or whatever, but from gritty New York street clubs to Solid Gold, I
hmm,
mean, that's the locomotive going like this, not like this. It's like, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that just amazes me, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, it was just some wild stuff. Um, but you got to hurt you. Like you mentioned, the Dead Kennedys. I'm a big Kennedys fan. I was fortunate enough to see them once, but you know, there was some pretty pretty wild stage diving going on. I didn't. I was like, oh no, these guys were leaping from. I was like, I hope somebody catches them when I fall 30 feet. But they they were definitely a pretty aggressive show. To see those guys play was pretty cool. So, but yeah, then you mentioned Rush as well. What are your thoughts on the drummer? Their new drummer?
Honestly, I haven't really looked into their new drummer, to be honest. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I listened to like some of the old stuff, but I don't know. I never really could get into Rush too much.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Maybe my brain's just too overactive, I guess. Like I like
Hmm.
really like fast stuff, like speedy stuff. I was big into like the Crust Hardcore Kings. They had a pretty short existence, but it was Disrupt, and I like really loved them. They have an album called Unrest. But in terms of like Rush and stuff, I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like very like brain foggy fuckery stuff. And like I can only listen to it for so long until I'm like, I need
Had
something that
enough.
kind of turns off a little bit, or
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, or I need something fast and hard and like quick, because my attention span can't listen to too much Rush, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm with you. Yeah. 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 Yeah, like I said, they're back at it, and I got to say that the few clips that I've seen, it's pretty impressive. As far as the drummer they have now. So I'm not a huge like really like I don't worship really any band per se. I'm not a big follower. Like I have one particular band that like oh my god, like these people are like the greatest, and I got posters on my wall of the same. I'm very diverse in what I listen to, and I think even what you had run through, the different music that you have been turned on to. I think it's better I know it's better for me as an artist to have been exposed to different things, not just, you know what I'm saying, not just the blinders and hardcore and that's it. You take all of
Yeah.
that, put it together, and then you can create something from all those inputs of different styles of music.
Oh,
Because
exactly.
you have quite a wide range of stuff going through here. You know what
I
I
do.
mean? So
I do.
you do,
I
you really do. Yeah,
I wish I knew
yeah,
more about musical theory. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of like meant to be fast, hard, speedy, punk or whatever the fuck I come up with. I mean, it's like respect to Rush though, and anybody like even Metallica, like they were an influence for me when I was young. I liked Kill 'Em All. I loved Ride the Lightning. Metallica was big for me when I was young, so it wasn't like I don't know. I mean, I take all these things from all these different artists and I feel like I kind of adapt them to my own style and I create something
Hmm.
new out of it. But, you know, Rush or whoever, I mean, they're all amazing instrumentalists, like hands down. Like there's no denying like their talent and all the hard work and practice they put into what they do. So it's like if you can like mold that kind of craft and make it what it is, that in itself is just wild to me. Like I have a lot of respect for
Right.
that. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I said, you have you can draw from all those different sounds and different vibes and do whatever it is, and then when you put into what you're doing, I think it makes you a better artist. You know. Um,
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
And I
Exactly.
definitely want to add too is I'm on a label called Scum Americana, and we
Okay.
actually have a couple festivals coming up. My friend Josh Bastard, who has his own folk punk type stuff, he just plays acoustic and screams, just yells and stuff. And he started this label, and we have like such a huge team now. I think like 11, 12 musicians, an artist on there who does artwork for the musicians. I mean, we got some amazing artists like Uncle Mountie, Oh Beauty, the Defiance Campaign. And if people like folk punk or whatever, this is like the route you want to go. So, like, we have a 2-day fest in Michigan that's coming up,
Oh
and then we
wow. Okay.
have 2-day fest in October in Pennsylvania. So, we also got like a little bit of a connection in South America now for that. So we're hoping to maybe have like a Scamaricana festival in South America at some point.
That'd be amazing.
Oh,
I
that's cool.
know. I'm like, I need my passport.
Yeah, you better get on it. You better. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
if you're planning anything like that, Bean, and you need a passport, yeah, get on that because that
Yeah.
I've looked
It can take a
in
minute. Yeah.
passport myself because
Mm.
Rosie and I want to, we want a vacation in the next couple of years and we want to go overseas. But I looked into it and yeah, it's
Hmm.
you're gonna need this, this, and this, and then go, and then you're gonna pay and all that, and it take it's just a process like anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
But
really
the sooner
excited
the
though.
better.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited because this label just means so much to me and what Josh Bastard started and all the musicians I've met so far and who I'm actually gonna start hopefully playing some shows with and doing some collaboration with. So it's very exciting.
Well, cool. You have to keep us posted on that. Yeah, we'd like to keep track of you guys with all that stuff. So I think that sounds pretty awesome.
Will do.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely. So Henry, you have a few other questions?
yeah, just a couple just a
Yeah.
couple more. So, how did you get started playing bass? Like, what made you choose the bass as your main weapon of choice?
Um, well, I kind of just started out on acoustic guitar when a family member of mine decided to take a little trip to well, a jail cell at one point. So I was like, well, I'm gonna pick up this 12-string acoustic, and then I ended up getting some sort of like Squire electric guitar. It was red. I also had a black and white one, and some friend gave me this like shitty little tiny Esteban guitar amp that I played from. And I guess it was sitting in a basement for a long time, but it actually ended up working. So then my dad is a bass player. He's been a musician my whole life, and he played a lot of festivals. He was in like 4 different bands. He was in a blues rock band called the Grinders. So he's actually pretty proficient at bass, and he really likes his 6 string basses. He has a Yamaha at home right now. So my dad is, him being so gifted and talented in music, it kind of influenced me to always want to try the bass. I mean, I kind of diddled with it for a little bit, but then eventually when I, had different musician friends that I kind of would dabble on their bass. And then eventually I started practicing more so like probably late 20s into my 30s, my early 30s. And that's when I was able to join my first band, which was the Karens. So that's kind of how it started. It was kind of like here and there. And then I just had to have like that boost of confidence to actually really start playing it as proficient as I do now. So,
Oh
um,
wow.
yeah,
So you're playing yourself. You're playing a 4 or 5 string bass or
it's a 4 string bass. So, like,
four?
it's
Okay.
basically, yeah, it's a David Effelson signature bass,
Okay.
and it's in satin black, and it's
Hmm.
really nice, actually. I mean, it's passive active bass.
Oh, sweet.
I really
Okay.
like it. Yeah, it's a Jackson. So,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Have one. I definitely like my Jackson. So,
but
uh,
I just played a Stingray recently. I actually went to a house show in Charlotte, North Carolina. My friends in Louder Transition Collective are an amazing, amazing band uh, that everyone should check out. Pretty punk rock. Um, it's real kind of some crust to it, but their house show was great because the Wasted, and Suburban
oh
Downgrade, who
wow.
are
Yeah.
punk rock bands. Um, and they're like from Eastern PA, whatever, like Lock Haven area.
Hmm.
I forget exactly where Mike and Donnie are, but they're touring together right now, and so they had a show with Louder Transition Collective and Backwash, who were pretty awesome too. And I don't know, it's been a crazy weekend just traveling and doing stuff and hanging out with my friends and just being a musician and doing what musicians do.
I
So
understand. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm about to start mine Saturday, so I'll be in Chattanooga at rehearsal studios in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So, and I'm stoked. And I'm playing bass because I'm a guitar player by trade,
mm.
rhythm and lead. But I'm going to try this whole bass thing. So I've been practicing, and I mean both with and without a pick. I'm trying to really do this thing if I decide to pursue this project. And I think I'm going to try to play with my fingers eventually. Um, so we'll see. But right now, obviously coming from guitar going to bass, yeah, I'm picking it. I bought,
Everyone
I
should
bought,
just be bassist. Like that, just, fuck the
yeah,
rest. Just be a bassist. It's
be a
fine.
bassist. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
when
You,
I picked up my amplifier, I picked it up in Nashville, and I told the guy, I think I'm swapping over the bass. So the first words out of his mouth was like, "Oh, you're getting promoted." I'm like, "What?" Because I've been a guitar player my whole life. I'm like, I guess so. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's I know Henry as well. I just get so pumped up when I get a chance to be around other musicians and do something, you know. And like I said, you were hanging out with other musicians, and you just feel that vibe. And I think that um, people who don't do what we do, are missing out kind of that camaraderie or that feeling. You know what I mean? That something for me anyway. That I need to have that part of my life all the time. You know, and I think that I can speak for Henry on that as well. You just kind of you're in it. You're either in or out. You're on the bus or you're walking.
Yeah.
So you know. But I 100% get it. As far as doing all that stuff and getting the label together and doing the songs and playing it once it gets this hooks into you, you're done. You're pretty much you're pretty much
even when
done.
you say, even when you say you're done or that you're stepping down or you're taking a break, you still find yourself writing music or playing or
Hmm.
having to go to a show, and then suddenly you're like, I want to do that again. It feels good, and it like I don't know, it's just exhilarating to be able to like get out what is on your mind and what you're feeling, and
Hmm.
tell a story or tell an experience. So yeah, I
Right.
mean, I don't think enough people do that. I think more people need to be musicians, more people need to be creatives. We
Right.
need more of that in the world, honestly. um,
Right.
it's I don't know, it's a way to not necessarily like convince people to do things, but like encourage people to take it to the next level and
Hmm.
whatever way is best for them. um
Right.
but I don't know if I showed you guys, but this is actually my let me see here. This is actually my Terabase amplifiers, 500 watts. And
Oh,
then you
okay.
got the OBC 112 400 watt cab. And these all went on tour with me with the Karen's first tour, because we toured for about 2 months. And I took those, and then they also recorded on the EP and I Want a Refund. So
Mm.
they were not on the studio album. I used somebody's random stuff, but it was a lot of fun. I really like what I have here. It's a great setup. I would love like an old Ampeg from like the 70s with those tubes,
The
but
tubes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they're hard to
orange.
replace.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. You're right. You're right. And I've seen several times. The shows I did in Huntsville or around or whatever, where people like the old school cabs and the old like tube heads and stuff like that. And when they have a problem with them, it goes deep quick. It's like so you have to have that solid state kind of backup just in case. Then you're trying to find the tube. That's another thing. The
Oh,
old
yeah.
I would think the older it is, good luck trying to find a vacuum tube to match up for whatever. I'm sure you can, you know.
A needle in the haystack. It really is. It's
It
like
is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. And there, I mean, there is, the advantages I think are when it is functioning properly. It's tough to beat that sound through, a tube amplifier as opposed to the solid state.
yeah.
But it's like having a Harley or a Porsche. It's going to break eventually. Something's going to happen to it, no matter what. Getting bounced around in a van or whatever the case is, something's going to happen to that thing, and then you have to have Plan B. But I see
Oh, yeah.
you like the orange head and is that an orange cab as well, right?
Yeah, they're both orange.
Both
Yeah.
orange. Oh, good. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I like their product too. I got an Orange Crush 120 head, and then well, I run the Black Star cab, but yeah, good stuff. Definitely some good stuff. So
I mean, it's
I'm with
definitely
you.
good for like doom metal, but like I make it work
Yeah.
for the punk type stuff that I do. So
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
yeah.
Because that intro on that first song to I Want a Refund is just the way that starts out is just killer. When I remember when I got that, I had gotten I hate horror punk on the 7 inch a few months
Hmm.
before. So when I Run a Refund came out, I ordered it like as soon as it was available, and I
I
got
wrote
it
that
with
main
the.
riff. I wrote that main riff.
Did you? Oh,
That was
it's
me.
because it's
Yeah.
killer. It's killer,
Like the
and
chorus was written by the same, the creator of the band, and I did that main riff, and I was like, "Ooh, what can we put this on?" And like she put like lyrics to it and added the chorus, but that main riff is like yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that was me. That was all me.
awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah. Um. So, uh, I've I've asked other members of the Karens about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, what was it like when Dr. Chud comes into the picture with you guys? I mean, like, what was your reaction to it?
Well, I mean, we went from a three piece, and so Joe was on drums, and
Mhm.
then he transitioned to lead guitar. So that was a little bit of an adjustment. But then when Chud came in, it was kind of like, what the fuck? Like, we have this big shot guy, like, in our band, like, who's done big tours with like Black Sabbath and Guar, and it was actually really exciting and cool to like learn some things from somebody who's like basically grandfathered into music, like who've been around for so long doing it. I mean, he's a really great drummer, um, and he taught me a good bit just by the short time that I was in a band with him. But I think him being in the band really made us very full sounding, and just epic. I mean, we sounded great. I don't know, it was just a great experience, and I also got to like see his house, so it was kind of like a little museum of sorts to see all his strange stuff with like Garbage Pail Kids and stuff like that.
Oh no, cool.
Also, hi Chud, it's been a while, haven't heard from you. Joe, you haven't got back to my text message.
Yeah, because
But
Joe and Chud they watch us. They watch us when they can. I'm sure that I caught up with Chud at the Mockingbird Lane show in March, and
oh
when
cool.
he was announced, when he was announced, I messaged him and said, "Hey Chud, I just saw that you got announced. You're announced on the Mockingbird Lane show. Guess what? I bought my tickets to that show about 3 months ago. I'll see you there." And there's a little clip on the Henry Horror channel where I'm at the Mockingbird Lane show talking to him, and we do kind of like a real quick, less than 5 minute interview. But that was Chud's idea to do that. He was like, "Let's do a live interview from here," and I was like, "Shit, all right, let's go." So that was
He's
pretty
made for
cool.
interviews. He's made for interviews. He's got it all panned out so well. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. How do you do that? But he's been doing it for like decades, so it's kind of like second nature to him. So
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And then some people just like, like being on camera and stuff like that. But yeah, he's been doing it for quite a while. You know,
hmm
we we we've come across people that they follow the show and they're big supporters and this, that, and the other. And we wanted to have them on. Come on, and we want to say thank you, and just 100% camera shy.
Oh yeah.
As I said, it's from your own house. Just it's everything. It's just Henry and I. We're not, not Walter Cronkite. It's all good, and
yeah, chillax, chillax.
just
It's fine.
relax, just chill out, just have a couple, have a conversation, and just won't, And I get it. It's everybody has their comfort zone with
Oh yeah.
all this stuff, and it's for me, and I'm sure yourself, you're a performer, and you do that for a number of reasons, and same thing for me. This this forum, like you said, keeping in touch with the music and doing this, or you have your like, you can have your downtime going, well, I don't know, this is whatever. And then when I come and do these shows and talk to people like you, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely going to the studio. I'm going. There's no way, because I get motivated again when I have my downtime and like, oh man, I'm just not feeling it. I just haven't played in like 3 or 4 days. I'm over, whatever. And then no, Henry and I do a show, and I'm like, no, I'm back at it. Never mind. So
It helps
so
having that motivator too, like having
yeah,
other musicians,
yeah.
seeing what other musicians are doing and keeping busy. It kind of
I
inspires you yourself to say, "Hey, I need to do that
ex-
too, or I can do that." So
Exactly, exactly. So, having you on is like therapy for me. It's like, okay, I'm good now. I'm back at it. Let's go. So it is. It's a good feeling to to have these conversations and to meet. I can't even tell you how many people we've met.
Oh,
The list just goes on and on and
amazing.
on.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's just and so it's really really it's like an honor for us to do this, and to meet all these people, and then we keep in touch with everybody too. So it's like, so
Oh
heck
yeah.
yeah.
once you're in the realm, there's no escaping. So that's it. It's
What
I
stays
have
in the realm stays in the
that's
realm.
it. You're in for life. You're done.
I
That's
have
it.
managed to strike up friendships and talk and hang with people that I never thought that I would be able to. And it's just I'm just really grateful and really thankful always. We've met so many great people,
Oh my
and
gosh. Yeah.
they have such great music out there. And the cool thing is, what I think's really cool is like, okay, you take a band like, let's say the Dunzos or Boogeyman that, are more, you know, out by Arizona or, more middle America type stuff. And somebody that's watching our show in New York that hasn't heard of them yet, well, now they know about that band, so they can follow that band and get into their music too. Because
Hmm. Hmm.
I've gotten comments like that on the channel, and they're like, "Oh man, this band, they're so amazing, man. We got to check them out more." And these are like people from New York, like clear across the country, you know, but they're there checking them out. So it's good to help spread the word.
Oh,
I
definitely.
agree. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, oh yeah, 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 definitely. But I think you're onto something though. You got you're working with the label, playing your music, just keep on doing what you got to do. And I think
Yeah.
you'll be just fine. And
Yeah. I
you
had a
know,
show in Lancaster too. I played in Lancaster to a pretty intimate crowd, and I would say I played about 3 songs off my EP.
okay.
Um, so that was actually really cool. I'll have a half-hour set in October for Scum Americana Fest in PA. So that's pretty exciting. And I wrote another song to add to the EP. So now I think it's like 6 songs now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm about 5 or 6 songs on the EP now. So
Yeah, you have to have someone record a couple of clips on a phone or whatever, so you can send it
hmm
to us, and then we'll do a quick little thing and put it out from our show. I think that'll be cool as hell.
yeah,
If
I'd
you want
love
to do a
to.
quick little
Yeah,
thing on your
that'd be
phone,
great.
say, "Hey, I'm at the show," whatever, and you play and I'll add little clips to it, whatever. I think that would be really cool.
Oh
I
yeah,
I want to.
definitely.
I want to see it. I wish I can come out there. I can't, but
Yeah,
I definitely want to see it. So you know, but yeah, yeah, we'll make it all work. I think that'd be really awesome. So
Oh
um,
yeah.
definitely.
yep, definitely got to keep us in the loop, or we're gonna haunt you. So
Oh, always, always. Yeah, I mean, the Cairns was like a really great experience for me. I feel like, overall great experience. Every band has its own set of problems, but I think it's what you get out of it that's positive that shapes you. And even
hmm
though some negative things occurs in any band or any like, relationship with your bandmates, it kind of whether it's negative or positive, it can still shape you to be a better artist, a better musician, a better person. And it's what you take from that. And I feel like with my new project Bean, it's gonna be well, I started out in December with it, but my friend Mike actually made me some DIY patches that has like a bean and bean leaves on it. And it has like the bean logo with the anarchy symbol and the everything symbol, the E symbol on the side. And the logo is very similar to like Doom's logo. If you ever see
hmm
Doom's logo, well, if you look on my Instagram or Facebook, you'll see the logo that my friend Mike made me. And so my friend Kelly Klein from the Grippers, which is a pretty cool band out of Chico, California. Um, Kelly actually added a brain to the bean and some skeleton hands and the leaves. So that's kind of the stuff that I've had. And then our friend Rob has also done some artwork for a lot of the musicians on Scum Americana's label. He's done a couple things for me that I've shared on my Instagram. And Kelly's supposed to be working on my EP cover. And my friends Mike and Donnie from the Wasted are going to record my EP in August or September. And Mike and Donnie had this Slurp record since like the early 90s. So pretty pumped about that. My EP is called SOTR for short, but it's like Seed of the Revo Solution is what it's called.
Mm.
Um, but thanks to my friend Mike, that's what led me to really like push me to actually write this EP was my friend Mike. And he's
Oh,
actually
cool.
from Phoenix, Arizona, but now him and his lady live in Pittsburgh now. So he's trying to come up with some sort of musical thing right now. So I'm trying to keep encouraging him because I want him to keep going at this as hard as he can. It's hard to find a drummer, and that's kind of where he's at is, finding people that are gonna
Yeah.
stick with it
Yeah.
and actually want to play music. So,
Hmm. It is. It's very tough. I find, especially here, to put a band together.
hmm
Um, you know, and you can go on all the forums and read all the bios and getting back into the whatever scene, got whatever, and then you get them in the studio one time and you never hear from them again. It's like, what happened? Oh, I'm not ready for this. Well, why did you put all this stuff out there? And and we went to the studio to do these songs, just to kind of jam around, and it's been really tough. But I've been fortunate now this Saturday I got invited to go sit in with a full band already, so we'll just have to see if everything gels. But it's tough to get the whole thing together. Well, too. I mean, uh, it's a challenge, to get everybody on the same page, showing up, doing rehearsals, this, that, and the other. I think the old adage is, well, for me anyway, it's like I want to be a rock star until it comes time to be a rock star. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't happen overnight, and you know how much work's involved. You've been on tour. You know what goes on with all this
hmm
stuff. It's a
yeah,
lot, and it scares
it
people.
is.
Going, I can't, oh no, okay, I can't do this. Well, yeah, that's why it's a tough business. It's
Mhm.
very difficult to do this. And but you got to just keep at it. I think you'll do pretty good. When you hit the big time, don't forget about us little people, and we'll get front row tickets. So
I
Yeah.
mean, I think my music's mainly it's like I write for myself, but I write for the people, and I don't
yeah.
want the people to be forgotten either because what I write about is pretty relevant to our times and
Hmm.
what everyone's dealing with, and even clear back to before our times. It's I try to sing about stuff that's relevant to what we're all dealing with, and that's kind of like for me. It's like whether I make something big out of it or not. As long as I'm making some sort of impact in somebody's life that
Hmm.
could benefit them in some way, I think I've done my job. As a musician, as a creative person. So
Right.
it's really what you get out of it and how you utilize that. It's like, hey, if people want to be famous, by all means go be famous. I mean, I would
Right.
rather encourage people to follow their dreams and passions than to stifle them for anybody. Um,
Right.
but at the same time, I feel like as musicians we have like an obligation to humanity to do something worthwhile um in some way. So I
Hmm.
hope nobody ever forgets that because there is importance in being a musician, and it's when you lose sight of that, then what's left? You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Right.
so, but yeah, I'm
Well, I
taking a lot
think,
of good out of it.
yeah. Well, you can go back. We can go way back. 50s or 60s. Let's go 60s and 70s when things were, there was a lot of turmoil, and
hmm
the music represented something, you know, or it might have been a pushback, it might have been a support, it might have been something. But you're right, the music has an influence on what's going on, and and it's just part of it. And I think it recycles. You know what I mean? It's like you have these
Yeah.
crazy times, and things settle back down. Then you have this crazy, So this is back and forth. This has been going on for forever, and
Mhm.
but it seems to be like you said when things are a little wacky. You know what I mean? Things are like a little like, what the heck? What's going on? That's when I think for some people, uh, music and be able to express themselves or whatever has more meaning to it. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
if everything was all rainbows and sunshine and whatever, there'd be no meaning behind it because everybody, it wouldn't have that bite to it. Where things are a little, like you said, a little off skew here, from whatever period of time.
Yeah.
It brings more music, brings more meaning to it. I think, in my opinion, anyway. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
so yeah.
It's
So
emotionally
so people,
charged.
it is emotionally charged. Correct. Right. Right. And you bring it to them, and people, like I said, people, when they're pushed enough for whatever reason, they'll listen. They'll get into this, that, and the other, which is good for artists to do stuff. So yeah, definitely excited to check things out. Well, we're getting worked up over here, so it should be pretty cool. We're anxious to see. I want to see your set.
Yeah.
definitely want
Yeah.
to see some clips from your set. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, like
So,
well, the songs I have on there are called "Why." I'm supposed to have like a little 30-second introduction to it, and
okay.
then it's "Why," "Imagine," "Imprison Us," "Female Rage." That one's a fun
Hmm.
one. Um, and then "Coming for Us All," and I believe it would also be. I gotta use my handy dandy mouse here. "Bloodshed" is a new one I actually just wrote. So yeah, there we go. Yep. Yeah, Bloodshed's the new one that I added here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 songs, 6 songs. So there's the intro and 6 songs on my EP.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah,
Right on.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
can't wait to
awesome.
get it
That's awesome.
recorded. But it's a process. You know what I mean? Like my friend Mike said, it's a
Yeah.
process. He's like, at least once you get in the
Hmm.
studio and we start getting on it, him and Donnie actually offered to do some instrumental with it. So Donnie does drums and Mike
Okay.
does guitar. So I'm pretty stoked
Okay.
about that because those two are great musicians. I fully believe in what they can do, and I feel like they'll just they'll make I don't know, I feel like they're really going to amplify my songs in a way. Like it's just going to be so much better than solo because like when I write, I feel like I'm literally writing as if I'm in a band and I have
Hmm.
more bandmates with me. Like I feel like when I try to write solo, it just doesn't come out like that at all. I mean, I can do it and people seem to like it, but it's not exactly the vibe I'm going for. Like I definitely want more
Ah,
sound.
okay.
So
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
want drums. It's like always better with drums. But
Yeah, yeah. More cowbell. Gotta have some more cowbell. So it's, but yeah, yeah, definitely. We're anxious to keep tabs on all of your stuff for sure. And if anything, you know, comes up or you're working on something, just hit us up. We'll have you back on for sure, and
nice.
you can kind of discuss, what's happening in your world there in PA, and
Oh yes.
we'll put the word out for sure. Yeah, yeah. So it's there's a um, probably 180 out difference between Pennsylvania, Texas, and Alabama. So we live in three different worlds. Well, Alabama via New Jersey on top of that. So I'm a real stick in the mud out here because oh my god. But
I
you
did
know,
just send you
but
out that 7-inch, by the way, that I Hate Horror
oh
Punk
oh
EP.
man, I was going to ask you
Yeah.
about that. I said where's my stuff? Oh my god,
I know.
yeah.
I literally just did it before this podcast. I was like, I got to
Okay,
get this to Johnny. So yeah, I'll send you
yeah,
your tracking number. Henry, do you have any
okay.
other questions for me? I've been talking this whole time. I've been interviewing myself.
Oh
So
god, no, you're good, you're good. We love it, we
Uh,
love it.
there is one thing that I wanted to touch on that we've talked about before. I just wanted to bring it up again because it was such a good conversation piece the last time. Um, what was it like shooting the video for Werewolf?
oh, it was so
Oh
fucking
yeah.
fun. Dan, I think it's Brenkert. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your last name, Dan. So Dan shot the music video, and we kind of just did it at some random, like, apartment house. I believe it was an apartment, and we kind of went there, and Dan already had like the dress picked out for Swam. Chud wore the Karen's wig and sunglasses. Joe, well, Joe looks like Joe, and so he was the husband, and Jan had this like I was the Karen PD. Yeah, I was a pig. But he literally brought this blue cap, and I don't know how he was able to find the same blue hat as well as the blue polo shirt with the buttons. And he like literally painted Karen PD on it with like a little yellow shield on it, like the badge. And
Hmm.
when we were doing it, I had like a pair of handcuffs and I was like on this phone. And it was funny because we did it kind of in parts. Like the husband and wife were in the living room and we blacked out the curtains with like trash bags or whatever. And, literally Joe and Swam were like watching Joe running from the werewolf, which was Chud, And Dan had actually done the werewolf mask. Dan did all of that. He did the special effects. He brought in the outfits. That was all Dan. And it was funny as hell. Like, and I think one of the things I like to highlight is the maple syrup incident. I
Oh God.
Dan got this like furry mustache, and it was obviously like fabric, but it was smooth on the other side. So I was like, it wasn't staying because we were trying to figure out how to keep it on my face, and I mean, it looked like insane handlebars. So like, but they were like pointing down. So I guess I was like, hey, let's try to use maple syrup. Maybe it'll stay on my face. So we like put it on my face and it stuck for a little while. And eventually, because my skin was like, it was so hot in that fucking place that it started melting off my face and everything was sticky and smelled like maple
Oh.
syrup. And so we ended up taping it to my sunglasses that I was wearing. And I have some pretty good still pictures of me as the Karen PD officer, um, taking this call from the wife who's like, she's talking to me about the husband. She's like, my husband got fucked by a werewolf. And like Chud's like pointing at me as a Karen, like, yeah, there was a werewolf. Like, it was like, it's so fucking funny. Like, and then to see it all together as like a full music video is just priceless. Like, I mean, Dan just did a music video for Matt Pless. He's like a kind of a folk punk artist, and that's a really great video as well if you ever check it out. Um, but it's the best day of my life. I was so happy to be in a music video like that involved me, like one of the musicians. So, um, got to give Dan credit because he put a lot of work into that music video. So,
Oh yeah, it came out really good too. Like I mean, not only did I watch that video and have a good chuckle, I mean, I just thought, man, this is like really good. Like it's shot really well. The effects came off great, and
oh yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
it's
gritty
just
too. It was gritty.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Hmm.
But if you
Definitely.
do check out the music video that Dan has just done recently with Matt Pless, the song is called "Coming Through the Rye" by Matt Pless. Dan recorded that music video for him. So,
Oh, cool. Okay.
pretty
Definitely gonna
cool.
have to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, sounds like you guys had a pretty wild time serving you up as breakfast with the maple syrup and stuff. I don't know what.
Oh,
Oh
oh
my
yeah, I
God.
like can't get that smell
So
out of
this
my
is
nose.
crazy.
I don't like maple syrup.
Oh well, yeah.
So it was
Oh
like a
God.
weird thing to like put maple syrup on my face when I don't like maple syrup. So it was
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Hey, you know what?
um
It's all for Hollywood, I guess. All for making a video behind
Gotta
the
suffer for
scenes.
your art.
Behind the scenes. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean I
Exactly.
wish I made like 10 figures, but I didn't. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. It
just
was
kidding.
all
No,
all in
the
good fun.
laughs are
All in good
what
fun.
is more important. I made people laugh, we made people laugh, and everybody loved it. Um I do want to set the record straight because this is on video, so I want to be strictly professional. I would
Hmm.
love for the creator of the Karens to be continuously professional and to not make posts about me. I would love that. That's all I'm gonna say. It would be
Okay.
great. It's been a
Understood.
year. Yeah, I would
Hmm.
like on the record people to know that I am not struggling with addiction and I don't threaten people. I have such a passion for what I do. I love helping others, and I don't have an active addiction. And for those who are going through an active addiction, there is so much out there that can help you, and there are so many people who will support you. So, like, active addiction, like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm dealing with that because that's not an issue in my life. But for anyone who is going through it, you're not alone. Um, you know, I've been through it in my 20s, but as far as I'm
Hmm.
concerned, I just want there has to be a level of being professional and courteous
Hmm.
to the people around you. So that's all I ask for.
Right. Right.
Respect, just for basic respect. That's it.
Sure.
Sure.
Right. And
Awesome.
you're right. It's a two-way street. You're
Yeah.
right. You've
Yeah.
been, you know, very respectful to the members of the band, and you said you've always, you were very positive about your experience, with everybody, and so we certainly we understand that, and it's tough sometimes, we I get it, trust me, and but I'm sure everything will work itself out one way or another. I have no
Yeah,
doubt. You seem like
as far as
you
I
seem
see,
like a
as long as
very
I don't put, yeah, I'm not going to put my energy into something that's not serving me and
no,
is not
no.
it. Yeah, and especially if it's not going to benefit other people, I certainly don't want to cause a rift in any
Hmm.
way. But also, there has to be a mutual respect. Otherwise, if you don't respect me, it's going to come at you tenfold each time you make a fool of yourself. So
Hmm.
cease and
Hmm.
stop what you're doing, or else it's going to blow over and hurt you worse. More
Hmm.
than anyone else. Because I'm going to continue my life and be successful in what I
Right.
do and spread the message and be there for the people. Liberation for all. But like, I'm not
Hmm.
gonna spend my time on Facebook bitching and moaning about somebody's problems that I know nothing about. So we just got to
Hmm.
show each other respect. I'm not going to
Oh, you're
blast
right.
everybody for their problems or what they've done, but you want to be a better person, you need to start showing it in your actions. So,
Hmm. And
you know,
I think the uh, social media of Facebook and other platforms
Mhm.
for me personally is kind of not the place for something very personal or whatever someone wants to
I agree.
I just I just
Mhm.
maybe I'm old school on that. I don't put any of my personal stuff at all. My social media accounts are 100% music. What
Mhm.
Henry and I do with the Inertia channel, that's all that's on there. So there's
Yeah.
nothing, and it's tough because of people growing up with this. I never had it, so we do use it for our professional forums and stuff like that. So, like I said, you
Of
wish
course.
everybody well, and that's the best you could do. I
Mhm.
mean, you seem like a super nice person. I can sit here all day and talk to you about all kinds of stuff. So I'm sure
Right.
that seriously, if you were any other way, it would come across, for sure. And you seem intelligent, so, and like I said, you're always welcome back. And
Thank you.
it's like, yeah. And I think if you live your life, this is just me talking. I'm a little older. You kill them with kindness, if that makes any kind of sense. You know what I mean? You stay the way you are and be professional and be kind, and just let everything else just rotate around you and say, well, I'm just going to be the bigger person or the adult in the room. However you want to classify it is fine. But I just don't see it,
People will dig their
as
own
far as
graves
having our
deeper and
conversations.
deeper.
So,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry if I
you're
talked
right.
over you,
You're
but
right.
it's kind of glitching. But no, I think it's like people will dig their own graves, and when it comes to like people's behaviors and how they treat and respect others, that
Hmm.
is going to reflect, um, you know, toward the people who, well, like the people who love you and respect you, and you don't extend the same to them. Eventually, that's going to catch up to you. And so I don't want to wish
Hmm.
anybody ill will. And I would certainly not want to share personal things to put that person at risk of getting hurt. But I will say, first and foremost, somebody already has been hurt. And so at this point, it's kind of up
Yeah.
to them to make a better decision of how can I be a better person and not continuously do the same things over and over to the same people who were, trying to help, or loved
Right.
me
Right. I
or
got
cared
you.
about me. So
Sure.
it's like we got to extend the same respect, and that's all I'm asking for. I just wanted to put that on the record so people understand like who I am as a person and who I'm not.
Hmm.
Um, I don't take medical advice from somebody who isn't a medical professional. Don't
Right. I
take
got you.
advice from
I got you.
somebody who isn't educated enough to make a stance on things about mental health or addiction. If you haven't been through it, then you don't know shit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
like with like I said, it just I guess the overall takeaway is, just be kind to each other and treat someone how you would want that person to treat you. I think that's kind of
Exactly.
yeah, just a way to simplify it. But yeah, no, but like I said, I think, like I said, you're uh, definitely from what I've can gather with our conversation, you know, I had a great time talking to you, and we certainly,
Of course. Me
looking
too.
forward to, yeah, we
Oh
wish
yeah,
you,
definitely.
we wish everybody, no doubt, everybody a great success. But we wish you success in everything you're doing. To keep us in the loop. And yeah, I'm looking. As soon as I get my record, I'll let you know. It's gonna go on my wall of shame somewhere over here with my morning noise stuff. So it's
Well,
all
each
good.
each one of us signed it. Each one of us signed it. So
Oh,
you
cool.
have all of
Okay,
our
okay,
signatures. Yeah. Yeah, Joe likes to do this
awesome,
weird
awesome.
penis thing with his signature for some reason. I don't know if he
Ah,
did
that's
it
okay.
on that EP, but Joe likes to do the little wiener thing.
The little okay.
Yeah.
We're not scared. I got some wild stuff in here, so you're not scaring me. It's all good.
Oh my
It's all
God.
good. But well, I'm gonna let Henry land the plane. Look, it was a pleasure to have you on our show and to
Of
talk to
course.
you. And we're looking forward to hearing more about all your music projects. And
Thank you. Appreciate it.
yeah, we'll keep in touch, and we'll keep an eye on what's going on. And when the time comes, you come back on the show.
Oh, definitely. I would love to. Thanks, guys, so much.
You're welcome.
No problem. All right, folks, we're gonna go ahead and land that plane. That is our show for this evening, and we will see you in the next video.